May 2001, but on May Day 2001, where organized labor celebrates the success of various revolutions around the world. And the contract was between the Department of Justice and Maximus, and inevitably Maximus shareholders that we can talk about, that gave them the administration of the Asset Forfeiture Fund. Now, sometime in the past, in the 1990s, the administrator of the Department of Justice Asset Forfeiture Fund was Christine Marcy, Phil McConnell's sister. It's staffed by Serco, because the office of the National Visa Center contains or has 5 members of the senior executive service reporting to Phil McConnell's sister, Christine Marcy, on 911.
All right.
Because she founded the senior executive service, and 500 employees of the British company Serco. The woman is a genius, an organizational genius.
Wait, you want to say that again?
This woman, right, she created the Department of Justice Asset Forfeiture Fund in 1984 and administered it with Eric Holder for a decade or so, right? She created, as far as I know, the database for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children in 1984. So she has, to put it crudely, the raw material to exercise entrapment and extortion and blackmail of everyone in the United States government.
Actually, David, we're live now, and I captured that last bit. So, hold on, and when I come back to intro you, you can go ahead and continue.
Okay, but you'll pop questions, won't it? So my voice doesn't dry out.
Oh, come on. All right, here we go. Reinventing government. Federal Bridge certification. Christine Marcy, shadow government. And
he told me, very interestingly, he had a sister by the name of Christine Marcy in Washington, who he thought was a senior bureaucrat, but he didn't know what she did. Well, I always conduct, I think, to the best of my ability, detailed research, and I'm particularly interested in the career structure of people who pop up in interesting places.
Yep, he really is that stupid that he went there again. Christine Marcy again. But if you look at the actual files here, you can see for yourself. You know, 1984, McConnell Court, SES start, Mendon Hall, misinformed. You know, MDA, Whitehawkies, TikTok. You know, I mean, there's videos after videos of so much evidence on this channel regarding Hawkins, including the last one was Stupidity. I was trying to get away from dealing with Hawkins, but Jesus, is this guy for real? So let's talk about asset and forfeiture in a minute. As I already proved, she didn't create it in 1984. Christine Marcy has again been smeared by this guy. The Asset and Forfeiture Fund, which, by the way, when you go to the video of 1984, which is on my YouTube site, there's a link there. It will show you the guy that actually sponsored the actual legislation, and it was Joseph Biden that sponsored the legislation for the Assets and Forfeiture Fund, which, these two buffoons didn't even pick up. But here you have Assets and Forfeiture Fund. This was the actual one written in here because the name changed, and if I go back up to the top, because obviously the Assets and Forfeiture Policy Manual, Money Laundering and Asset Recovery section, which is what it's been renamed as, which is quite interesting when you think about it. But the person who's running it now, at this moment in time, and if we get to that part, forward, Deborah L. Connor, Chief Money Laundering and Asset Recovery. Asset Forfeiture Fund, Money Laundering and Asset Recovery section. Report to Congress of analysis of anti-money laundering efforts related to human trafficking. That was in 2020. So if we go here, this is the one I found in Google for 1996 and also from 1993. So the guy running it probably for a decade is Gerald E. McDowell, who's the Chief Asset Forfeiture Money Laundering. No, it wasn't Christine Marcy. No. But don't forget, he does detailed research. We are very, very privileged to have the fact that he does detailed research. Here is a New York Times: why prosecutors choose civil forfeiture, and that was in July 2nd, 1996, with Gerald E. McDowell, Chief Asset Forfeiture and Money Laundering Section, Department of Justice, Washington, the head honcho. Money Laundering, 1999. In this issue, interview with Gerald E. McDowell, the money laundering status. So he was still in charge in 1999. As I have stated all the way along, we are dealing with some really stupid people. But keep coming. I mean, you want to talk about Rayco? You want to talk about AI? Do you, Mr. Hawkins? Do you? I wonder. Do I show the actual email today, or do I leave it? No, I'll leave it for a while. Let's see you dig your hole a bit more, because don't forget, I have contacted Cambridge University. I have contacted your former person that worked for you. I've also contacted people that worked with you, extremely into Schlumberger as well, and especially in Connecticut. And I do have a very, very interesting email that states quite clearly what your job detail was when you were working for Schlumberger and how you managed to con Rachel in 1983 into believing that you were some computer expert, when in fact all you were was a wireliner. Nothing more, nothing less. But after all, you do live in this very Walter Mitty stupid world of yours, don't you, David? Well, till the next one, whenever that will be, who knows? Toodle pips.